Saxon Math 7-6, Lesson 87, area of a triangle. Alright, you guys, we have talked about the area of rectangles before, and we've said that this is the length, this is the width. I use like a cursive L so it doesn't look like a 1. The area of a rectangle, that looks like a square, pretend it's a rectangle, is equal to the length times the width. We know that. But what about a triangle? Now, I could explain to you the logic of this, and eventually I will. But for right now, I just want you to know that the base of a triangle, this dimension along here, and this is called the height. The way I always remind my students what the height is that pretend there's a spider who climbs to the top of your triangle and drops the web straight down. Whatever that distance is, that's the height. What the height is not is the outside edge necessarily. In some triangles, let me just check, I don't think we're going to meet, yes we are, so I'll talk about that. If our triangle, if its highest point is here, then the sides have nothing to do with it, right? Sometimes we might have a triangle that looks like this. It's a special kind of triangle called a right triangle. This is the base. But the spider test always works, you guys. If the spider climbs to the highest point in the triangle and drops its web straight down, then in this case, the height will be the outside edge. It'll be height is something different. It's not either of the sides. So just think of that spider climbing to the top, dropping the web down. That will tell you what the height is, which is important because the area of a triangle equals the base times the height, not the sides, but the height, divided by 2. Right? Puffy cloud of knowledge. We're going to be using that forever and a day. And I want you to remember it. A useful thing to do, you guys, is to write the formulas on the inside cover of your homework books, so that it's right there if you need it. And then every time you get a new homework book, just copy your equations into the new spiral notebook, right? Okay, so we're going to learn how to use this. There's an activity in the book that has to do with cutting paper. We're not going to do that. It's not necessary. Okay, so example 1. Find the area of the triangle. Now I just want to show you this. Someone went through in my book and very helpfully used a highlighter to define the height in each triangle. They were clear not to use any of the edges. They kind of ruined the fun for everyone else, but they did a good job of identifying the right number. So I'm going to draw a picture for you. And I recommend, whenever possible, that you draw the picture in your homework. It really helps you focus, especially Joel, when your brain tends to go really fast through this and snaps through the problems quickly. Sometimes a picture can help you slow down and remember what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so there are 3 different numbers used in this picture. The other, in the book, they all have the unit on them. I'm not going to try and squeeze that in because it just gets messy. But 5 is the length of that side, 4 is the length of that, 6 is the length of that. We know right here that we want base times height divided by 2. The base is this part, that's 6. The height, the question is this the height or is this the height? You imagine your spider up here. My spiders only have 6 legs. I know that real spiders have 8, but it just gets messy in the picture. This is the height, not this. This is a trick. This is the height, so it's 4 divided by 2. I'm going to reduce, that's 3 and 1. So the area of our triangle is 12 centimeters squared. Oh, I'm sorry. This number is actually 8. My eyes played a trick on me. So this number is actually 8. So this number is actually 16. Our calculation was right, I just had the wrong number in the place, okay? So base times height divided by 2. Sorry, confusing. I'll try and get the second practice problem right so that you don't leave more confused than when you started. 87.2. Find the area of this right triangle. Aha, right triangle. This is 5 meters, this is 3 meters, and this is 4 meters. There's a little sign there. That tells us that this is a right corner, a right angle in this side. Okay, so our formula is base times height divided by 2. The base is 4. What's the height? This one, there's the spider, right? 5 is a red herring thrown in to try and confuse us. 3 is the height. Divide it by 2. I've got the right numbers this time. So our area is 6, and this was in meters. I just see that in the book. 6 meters squared is the area of this triangle. Yay! That's all there is to it, you guys. With this formula, you are completely armed to tackle these problems. Remember that there are 2 different kinds of pictures, and know where to find the height in each one. Let the spider help you. Here are the practice problems, and you can see there are 3 scenarios that 3 different triangles. 2 of them have the height in the middle, 1 of them has the height on the edge. That person was just trying so hard to be helpful. All right, that's lesson 87. Thank you.